fam? It's your favorite cousin, your favorite uncle, your favorite nephew, your favorite father, your favorite son, your best friend's best friend. It's me, Dr. Larry, and welcome to Living For You, the YouTube channel. As I always say, this is a safe space, a positive place in which we come together, we grow together, we share with one another, we learn from one another, because we're all on this same journey, this journey we call life. And we all have valuable information and valuable tools that we can use to grow. So here we get coaching, we get education, we get fun, we get entertainment, we get engagement, we get all of those things. I'd like to welcome you to this channel because, like I said, it is a safe space, it is a positive place, one of the few safe and positive places out here on these internet/YouTube streets. So welcome. To my loyal, faithful family, those of you who have subscribed, who have joined the family, who are on the team, I love you, love you, love you. You guys know how I feel about you. And guess what? As of today, there are 1,800 of you. So that's actually pretty dope that I can get on here and I can talk to 1,800 people who love me, who have shared my videos, who reach out in email, who reaches out on social media, all of these different things. I love you, my family. You're wonderful. To those of you who watch the videos, because I know there are some of you who watch the videos from the periphery, and you've seen me before because you come back and you watch my videos, why haven't you subscribed to the channel? Go ahead and hit that subscription wherever the button pops up and join in the family. This is a safe space. It's a positive place. You're not going to lose anything and you'll gain so much. That I can promise you. To those of you who have never seen me before, I am Dr. Larry Smith. I am a certified life and spiritual coach. I own a business called Live For You Coaching, which is a coaching firm where I help my clients to overcome trauma so that they can live present and live the life that they deserve. We all deserve a good life. And so I've made it my mission of my business at Live For You Coaching to help people transition out of victimhood, transition out of traumahood, and live the life that they want to live, that they should live, that they deserve to live today, right now, in the present, right here and right now. So if you want to know more about me, what I do, my business, you can go out to the new www.liveforyoucoaching.com. Those of you who go there often, you notice a change. It is still www.liveforyoucoaching.com. And you can go out there and there's some valuable resources. There's free things out there. You got a link to my book, which is the Freedom Prescription, that deals with trauma and helping you overcome. It's a good read. It's a short read. It's a helpful tool to get you on your way to healing. So go out and look at that, get that, and go through the site. Read more about me. Schedule an appointment and perhaps we can have some coaching sessions. There's a lot of things that are going on out there. In fact, right now, if you go out to the website, you can get a coaching session with me for $99. My normal price is $199 for an hour coaching session, but it's on sale. So $99 can get you an hour coaching session with yours truly, Dr. Larry, and we can start working our way on getting you towards living the life that you want to live. www.liveforyoucoaching.com. You can also follow me, even if you're a subscriber and you haven't done this. If you want to, you can also follow me on social media at Dr. Larry Smith on both Instagram and Facebook. That is Dr. Larry Smith on both Facebook and Instagram. And out there, I tend to do a lot of things. You know, I post inspirational, motivational quotes every day. I'm always posting historical information and things about relaxation and meditation and healing and coaching. So there's a lot of resources that are just being put out there at Dr. Larry Smith on Instagram and on Facebook. So go ahead and follow me, engage with me, send me emails at drlarry@liveforyoucoaching. There's a lot of ways to communicate and connect with me. Give me ideas of things I can come on here and talk about. Hey, we're a family. We're doing this together. So hopefully you're engaging in all of those resources. Well, today you guys know that it is the national holiday of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. His actual birthday is January 15th, very much Capricornian energy and all of this other stuff, but his birthday is January 15th, but today, usually on the Monday, which is usually the second Monday, I want to say, out of the year, we celebrate his life. We get videos on TV and on the news. We get different events going on around towns all across the country, parades and marches, and people are engaging in doing different things like volunteering and just trying to live out MLK's mission. And I think it's a wonderful thing to celebrate, even though I'm also a proponent of us getting to know the real Dr. King away from the holiday and kind of the myth that he's been created to be, to really know what his message about. I live my life about his message. And part of his message and part of his purpose spoke to me and to my purpose. And so that's why I come here and I do these things, because I believe my purpose is to serve, to be of service, to use the gifts, my gift of communication, my gift of writing, my gift of thinking and creating, to make the world a better place. So I wanted to get on today to talk about finding your purpose. There is not a person on this planet alive that has no purpose. We all have a purpose on this planet, and that's the reason why we're here. And many of us go day in and day out for many years and live our entire life without realizing, engaging, and doing what we're supposed to be doing within our purpose. But we all of us have a purpose on this planet. The thing is about finding out what your respective purpose is, engaging it, and then enacting it for the planet. That is your gift. Your gift is your purpose to this planet. Some call it a calling, depends on who you're asking. It's still the same thing. Dr. King's calling was a calling of service, but it was a calling for a more equitable society, a more society of equality, where everybody, no matter what their backgrounds, their race, their gender expression, their sexual orientation, their religion, their age, their ability status, he was trying to create an America, or he was trying to promote an America in which all those people, all of us, can feel like we have an equal share and an equal opportunity on this country. And he really gave his life almost in martyrdom towards that mission. He knew his purpose. He lived and died for his purpose. Now, we're not saying you have to always die for your purpose. Some of us have bigger purposes that require that. If you are a Christian, you believe that Jesus' purpose was to come and to die. Other religions teach other things that kind of go around the same type of story of someone coming here, living their purpose, and then ultimately paying the highest sacrifice of their life for living in their purpose. That's not everybody's purpose, and it's very important when you're finding out your purpose, you don't try to align your purpose with somebody else. Like, for example, say if you're a person who might have some athletic skills, it doesn't mean that you're LeBron James. If you're a person who might have some skills in music, doesn't mean that you're Whitney Houston or you're Jay-Z or, some other, Aretha Franklin, some other great musician. Your purpose might just be a local musician and inspire local people. Your job might be a writer in the background for a musician or a background singer. That might be your purpose. But you have to take time to figure that out. And it doesn't always come when we measure our purposes against other people. One thing I've learned in discovering and living in my purpose, I have realized that I can't measure my work to somebody else's work. I'll use myself as an example, as I always do. You guys know that I'm a follower, a lover of Iyanla Vanzant. I love Iyanla Vanzant. I think her mission is very good. I think she hits the target. I think she's very good at what she does. And she does it with an open heart of love. Even though sometimes it's tough love, it still comes out in love, in a kind of a motherly, auntie, grandmotherly type of way. That is her mission, her calling. I cannot say, me as a life coach, I'm going to be the next Iyanla Vanzant, or I'm going to try that mission. That is not my calling. My calling is not to be her. My calling is to be Dr. Larry. And what Dr. Larry is, yes, Dr. Larry is straightforward. Yes, Dr. Larry is loving. But Dr. Larry also has other ways of handling things. You guys who have been following me, subscribed, and have been going through this journey with me know that I tend to think in practical, logical, pragmatic terms. I don't really do all the fluffy stuff. Now, I am a spiritualist, but I see it in pragmatic terms. I see it in logical terms. And I try to help my clients and people who know me in general know that's just how I think. That's just how I see. But that's part of my calling. That's part of my purpose. That's part of my mission and how I help. So I'm not trying to measure myself with Mother Iyanla. I'm trying to be me. I'm just being me in my purpose. So you should never measure your purpose against the purpose of someone else, because your purpose is unique to you. Another thing that is very important when discovering and trying to understand your purpose is realize that not everybody is successful at living in their purpose the first time around. I once again can speak for myself that there were several iterations of where I was going to go within my purpose. I am a minister. You guys know I'm an ordained minister. So I was thinking maybe that just means my purpose is to start a church. So I was convincing myself at one point that maybe I should start a church for everybody, that inclusive of everybody, and open and loving and teaching people how to go higher from a church perspective. I shortly realized that I didn't feel that motivated about that as I do about what I do now. I also came to the realization that that is a purpose for someone else and not my purpose, at least not right now in my life. And so my ministry for me became a little bigger because it didn't involve the four walls of a church. It involved a bigger ministry. It's still a ministry. Me getting on YouTube, me posting on social media, me doing public speakings, me teaching in classrooms, writing, all these things are still part of my ministry, but it was I envisioned it a little smaller than I believe the universe had for me. So don't assume because you fail at something that is in your purpose that it is not your purpose. It just means that the timing or the path that you're choosing might not be the correct way to express your purpose, your calling, your reason for being here to the world. So try something else within your purpose. You learn your purpose, you know your purpose, try different things. And whichever avenue flows, that's the avenue you should go for your purpose. Another thing that's important when it comes to finding your purpose is that you realize that your purpose, your destiny, your calling isn't for everyone. I think sometimes we make the mistake when trying to figure out our purpose on this planet of thinking that everyone has to validate and value and desire to know more about our purpose. We have what I consider a Jesus complex, right? We see how big Christianity is, and so we assume that because Jesus' purpose was so big that when we find our purpose, it's going to impact millions of people. It can and it might not be. Everybody's not going to fit into your purpose. Everybody's not going to agree that you're the person for that. That is an internal acknowledgement. You don't need outside validation for your purpose. Your purpose is an internal acknowledgement, an internal validation. And so when I've had my own share of people who would say, how dare you call yourself a life coach when you say the things you say? How dare you call yourself a spiritualist when you say the things that you say, or you communicate certain ways and you come across certain ways? How dare you say that you do these things? And I've come to the realization that those are naysayers, because for me, their opinion of me personally has nothing to do with my purpose. I have helped thousands of people find healing. And so my mission is clear. My purpose is clear to me, even if it's not as clear and understood by other people. So realize that your purpose is your purpose. And no one has to validate your purpose but you and your higher power. It's an inner validation. That's all you need. That's all you need. So realize that your purpose ain't for everybody. And then the last point that I think is important when it comes to one's purpose is we have this perception. And I've had this perception. This stifled me. Like, what I do now, I could have done years ago. Right? Getting on front of this camera, I could have done years ago. I'm going to tell you a story, just a little bit more into me. I first started publicly speaking at 12, 13 years old in front of 200, 300 people in a congregation and at church events as a Jehovah's Witness. And I was terrified to get up and speak. And I can recall sweating and just, I would have like a napkin and be wiping my head and be sweating because I had stage fright at that time. I was nervous. But I would always get my message conveyed across and would get standing ovations and get people clapping and cheering me on. And I didn't know whether or not at that time it was because they were trying to make me feel good because I was nervous, or if they really got the message and what I was saying came across and it really moved them. I found out that that's what it was later on, and people would tell me now, but I didn't know that then. So I was feeling nervous and agitated about my purpose and felt like I wasn't the vessel for this. Like I felt like I was imperfect. And I felt like I had to be perfect in order to be effective in conveying what my purpose and my mission is and my message. I have long since then realized that perfection is an arbitrary realization, that your perfection is not my perfection and my perfection is not yours. And I realized that what people gather the most and what people are drawn to the most is my authenticity. When I get on here and I just talk, like a lot of you don't really realize that these videos that I do, I don't have a script. You know, they're coming off the cuff. I'm freestyling this, so to speak, and just speaking from the heart and the mind and my spirit. I am bearing my soul in so many ways every time I get on this camera. But it's a comfort place for me because I feel like I'm just being real. I'm just being honest. I'm just being true. I'm speaking from my wisdom, my education, but I'm also speaking from my heart, my soul, my truth. And so I learned that I didn't have to be perfect to be effective. I didn't have to be perfect to be in living and executing my purpose. I just had to be myself. I had to love that person who is me. I had to accept that person who is me and all of the stuff that comes with it. Because there was a lot of stuff that came with it. I was always insecure about me talking with my hands. And you guys know I talk with my hands a lot. That was an insecurity of mine. I was always insecure of what I looked like on camera or in front of people or how was I dressed. Those were all things that came. How did I speak? Am I going to mess up words? Am I going to jack up things? Is my information right or wrong? Just all kinds of crazy things that stifled me from living in my purpose for many, many years. But I realized at some point that that's not me being authentic. Me being authentic is just showing up. And if you just show up to your purpose, if you just show up to your calling, the rest is going to be taken care of. I believe it's divine. I believe when you fall into your purpose, you realize what your purpose is and you fall into it and you start to move towards manifesting that purpose in real time. I believe the universe, God, spirit, the higher power will guide you and make everything the way it needs to be. So perfection in your purpose is not needed. You just need to show up and be willing to do what you need to do to get your purpose accomplished while you're on this planet. Dr. King knew his purpose. Dr. King's purpose, he also knew, wasn't going to be a purpose that was going to take him to a glorious experience. He knew it was going to be hard. He knew it was going to be difficult. He had gotten beaten. He had gotten arrested. He had gotten assaulted. He had gotten ultimately killed. But all of this he was prepared for. Because when you live in your purpose, you prepare for the good and the bad. You know what your purpose, when you know what your purpose is, you know what's coming ahead. And you prepare yourself for that. When I get on this camera, I know that in the comment section, not everybody's going to like me. I know that there are going to be people who are going to press thumb down. I know there are going to be people who are going to have critiques and conversations and all kinds of things out here. Because I don't read my comments per se unless I'm responding to them, but I read social media and I see how people respond just on other things with celebrities and other people. So I already know that when it comes to living in my purpose, as this is, as my other things that I'm doing are, it comes with everything. It comes with the good, the bad, and I have to be willing to stand on my truth, stand in my authenticity, and stand in my purpose. And that's what you have to do. You have to realize that your purpose is yours. You don't measure it against someone else's purpose. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to always get it right. You can make mistakes while living in your purpose. The point is that you are doing what you are sent or what you came to this planet to do. Living in your truth, living in your purpose, and showing the world and giving the world the gift that is what you came here to do. Your purpose. That is a gift to humanity. That is a gift that only you can give. And everybody has that gift. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a calling. Everybody is here on a mission. So like Dr. King, we should know our purpose. Like Dr. King, we should be willing to go through the ends for our purpose. And like Dr. King, we should stay on our mission and do what we're here to do. So now we're celebrating Dr. King as a national holiday. It was a fight to get him a national holiday. His wife fought in the early 80s to get him a national holiday. He was disliked by many, even people in his own race who he was fighting for. He was disliked in his day. Everybody don't get the purpose. Everybody didn't get his. Everybody won't get yours. Everybody don't get mine. But that's okay. That's okay. Because at the end of the day, in the grand scheme of things, if you do what your purpose is, it will pay off, even if it doesn't pay off in your lifetime. And that's the one big thing about purpose that I want to get across, is that just because you don't reap the benefits of your purpose now does not mean that your purpose was for nothing. Does not mean that you didn't live for anything, even if you don't reap the benefits. Some of the people with the greatest purposes in life don't live to see the benefits of their work. And that's okay. That's okay, because your mission is not to always reap the benefits of your work. Your mission is to stay on your purpose and do what you came here, or what you were sent here to do. That's it. Family. Dr. King always inspires me to different messages. I could have got on here and talked about racial justice. I could have got on here and talked about character, and I could have got on here and talked about a whole bunch of stuff, but it just depends. It just depends on what spirit is moving me to talk about when I am thinking about Dr. King on Dr. King Day. But take the time to learn the real Dr. King. But while in that quest of understanding him and his purpose, take some time to think about yours. What is your mission? What are you here for? What are you on this planet for? What legacy about who you are and what you've brought to this planet you want to leave behind for generations? Does that matter to you? It should, because we all have a purpose and we all have a mission, and we all leave a legacy. Some kind of legacy you're going to leave behind. I love you, family. As I always say, I love you with the highest love. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you haven't liked the video, do me a favor. Like the video. If you want to share it, share the video. It's open to share. This is open. This is yours. And let's just continue to grow together. This is 2022. You guys know my saying for 2022. Something new in 2022. And so that's what we're doing here. I love you. I love you, love you, love you. The highest love. And as I always say, I will see you in the next video.